Hey all, Rick here from the Hamilton Sports Central for a video that's coming out today. We actually just had the OUA unveil its 2026 season. So we're gonna take a look at it as a McMaster Marauders um, thought, and then also look at it as a whole university league. We're gonna take a look at where the teams finished last year and then see where teams go this year. So last year, we're just going to take a quick look. Laurier finished first, 8-0. Western was 7-1. Windsor and Queens were both 5-3. McMaster was 4-4 with Ottawa. Guelph ended up finishing 3-5 along with Carleton, and then Waterloo and York was 2-6. And also Toronto was 1-7. Don't forget, Queens represented the OUA in the and they won the Yates Cup. If I remember correctly, just give me one moment here. Yes, I am. Vanier Cup. This was at Saskatchewan, so it was Queens. Okay, so Queens played in the Mitchell Bowl. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking at all of the teams and how they got there. This is what I'm looking for. Okay. So Guelph beat Western by a point. Windsor beat Ottawa by 7. Queens destroyed McMaster by 36. Laurier beat Guelph by 7, and then Queens beat Windsor by 11. And then Queens beat Laurier by 3 points in the Yates Cup, which is the OUA's version of the Grey Cup, but it's called Yates Cup. This year, we have, starting off week 1, we have Carleton at York, Ottawa at Waterloo, Guelph at Wilfrid Laurier, Windsor at McMaster, and Queens at Toronto. Keep in mind, Western has a bye week, week 1. So there's, what did I count? There was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5 games a week, one team sits out. So week 1 just so happens to be Western. Western has hired the former Laurier head coach in the offseason. Keep in mind, OUA brought things like Hamilton quarterback Trey Ford from Waterloo. Curly Gittens Jr., who's now with Hamilton, played for Laurier. Saskatchewan Roughriders Keon Schaefer-Baker played for Guelph. Keandre Smith played for Guelph. Winnipeg's Tommy Neal played for McMaster. Winnipeg defensive tackle Cameron Lawson played for Queens. AJ Allen played for Guelph, and then Edmonton's defensive back Tyrell Ford played for Waterloo, and then defensive back Jackson Finley played for Western. So this is an interesting game, and I just want to see what I had planned for that day, because I'm debating if I want to go to that. That is August 29th. We have a home game. So that's 5:30. Saskatchewan plays Toronto. I might have to skip that one. So I know one for sure that I'm going to. The one that I'm sure going to, I'll bring up in a second. So we're going to go to week 2. Week 2 has Toronto at Ottawa, McMaster at Guelph, Waterloo at Carleton, Wilfrid Laurier at Windsor, and York at Western. And if I'm looking at this correctly, Queens has a week 2 bye. If we go to week 3, it's Carleton at Guelph, McMaster at York, Ottawa at Wilfrid Laurier, Western at Windsor, and Waterloo at Queens. We also have week 4, which has Guelph at Ottawa, Queens at Carleton, Windsor at Toronto, Wilfrid Laurier at McMaster. So if I'm going to go to a game, it's going to be that one for sure. Actually, I'm debating on that one. Because there's a game in Toronto that day at the same time. So I'm contemplating if I want to go, which game I want to go to. If I go to this one, then that's going to be a big game. Wilfrid Laurier at McMaster. But if I go, there's another one, which is the following week on the 26th, McMaster at Western. You know what? I'm actually quite curious. Give me 1 second. I want to see if there is a specific coach that I know. So Michael Faulds is the new head coach that came out from Wilfrid Laurier. Let me see if... Okay, so he's still head coach. He's retired head coach, defensive coordinator, offense coordinator, special teams, defensive line, offensive line, receivers coach, offensive line coach. Doesn't make sense that they have 2 offensive line coach. Okay, so he's still there as defensive backs coach. It's funny because I went to high school with him. And I think he played for McMaster, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he played for... played for McMaster back in the day. So some of these coaches actually, you know what the funny thing is? He was my guy. He was my homeroom teacher back in the day. Oh, it's funny because he played for Wilfrid Laurier too. I'll have to mention that to buddy mine. But yeah, no, he would actually teach till 3 and then go to practice. So that was interesting. Let's go back to the schedule. So that's gonna be one that I definitely go to. Week 6 we'll have Guelph at Toronto, Queens at Western, Wilfrid Laurier at Waterloo, York at Windsor, Carleton at Ottawa. Week 7. This is the 10th. Okay, so this is week 7. We have Toronto at McMaster, Ottawa at York, Windsor at Queens, and Western at Carleton. So there's multiple teams that aren't by that week. Carleton at Wilfrid Laurier, Guelph at Queens, McMaster at Waterloo. We have Western at Ottawa and York at Toronto. To finish it out with week 9 on the 24th, Queens at McMaster, Toronto at Carleton, Waterloo at York, Wilfrid Laurier at Windsor. Ooh, that one should be a good one. That's the 24th. And I have home game. Can't go to that one. And Windsor at Guelph. So we will be live streaming a bunch of these games during the week of the season. Some of them will be live streams. Some of them will be tape delays. Because some of them will be at once. Some of them I'll be doing either later on in the day after, 2 days after type thing. But I will show most of the league um, on the day or during the week. Every McMaster game we will have on the channel, regardless if I'm at the game or if I'm live streaming it. We will be doing all McMaster games. So some of them, like the September 6th one, that one will be delayed until the Monday because I'm doing a cancer walk that weekend, so that will be the Monday after. But either a lot of the games will be the day of or the within that weekend. But I do appreciate everyone for stopping by and checking out this episode of the OUA schedule launch. This is and I almost forgot, and I do apologize. So the playoffs, the quarterfinals is the 31st, so Halloween. Semifinals is set for November 7th, and the 118th Yates Cup is slated for the 14th. So, let me just double check here. Unless the Ticats are in the playoffs, that semifinals could be on November 1st. If the Ticats are not in the playoffs, then we will be doing that game because that will probably be during the day. The 7th will be a playoff game, so I'm most likely doing that semifinals. Yates Cup will be doing again this year. So do check out that, and I do appreciate everyone for stopping by. If you like this content, you want to see other content about Hamilton sports that we're going to be doing, we're going to have Ticats this year. We're going to have the Hamilton AHL team. We're going to be starting to cover that. We're going to have this Sunday, I'm going to be joined by my good friend John. We're going to be taking a look at his mock draft that he's going to be putting together for the CFL draft next month. What else? I think those are the only 3 sports we're going to be covering this year. I'm going to be doing the draft next month on the 28th. We'll have individual videos out for each player that we draft, as well as the whole draft. The 29th, we'll have videos out for the import European draft. Training camp, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Let me just look at my calendar here. Yeah, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, we will be spending those 4 days at the Ticat training camp. So we'll have our daily recap on that. What else do I have here? I have coming up. The 17th of May, I will be going to the Black versus Gold scrimmage game. So it's just a little mini scrimmage between the players on training camp. Preseason begins on the 18th. That will be Calgary and Saskatchewan. So I'll be covering that game on here. The 22nd will be Ottawa at Montreal, so I will be doing that game on the channel. Saturday, we have Hamilton at Toronto. I will be at that game. And then the Edmonton, BC, and Winnipeg and Saskatchewan, I will be doing the following day on the 24th. I'll be doing those live streams then, because there will be no way that I'll be doing 3 in one day, especially when they're back to back to back. So there will be bits and pieces, so I'm just going to do it all the next day. And then, to cap it all off, on the 29th, of May, I will be at Guelph for the Hamilton at Toronto preseason game. Then the 30th, I will be doing the Montreal at Ottawa preseason game. And then also on that Saturday, I'll do the BC Winnipeg preseason game, and then the Sunday I will do the Calgary Edmonton game. So we're gonna have lots of watch-alongs and everything planned for this year. All the Hamilton road games that I won't be going to, we'll be having them on the channel too. So we have we also have fantasy stuff. We have our weekly rankings, all kinds of stuff that's going to be coming up on the channel now that the season's about to begin with all the fun outside stuff. But I do appreciate everyone for stopping by. This is Rick from Hamilton Sports Central, and have yourself a great rest of your day.